Oh, hello, YouTube. I didn't see you there. Today we're gonna get real sexy and talk about my experience with top surgery. Is that how I want to start the video? I can't think of anything better. Fuck it. That's what people say when they see me at last call. Can't think of anything better. God, am I really starting the video? Fuck it, let's do it. Yes, yes, yes! Warning, the following video contains dried blood and Jesse with his shirt off, so just be aware of that. Okay, enjoy the video. Alright, goodbye. Hi, my name is Jesse Nowak. If you are first tuning into this, I'm a trans voice actor. I used to identify as female, and I existed in voiceover for, I think, 10 years before I transitioned. I'm known in internet parodies and anime and fun shit like that. And I started my physical transition in January of 2019. I came out as trans in June 1st. I remember it was the beginning of Pride month of 2018. And for a while, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to physically transition because, my quote-unquote best friend at the time was, it's a very long story. You can do internet research, but basically he was stopping me from transitioning and was convincing me for a while that the world was not ready for trans people and that I should wait longer. And I was like, okay, how much longer? And it was going to be years and years and years, and I was very unhappy and I was going to kill myself. It turns out, didn't do it. Spoiler alert, I'm still here. If you couldn't divulge that from context. Anyway, let's skip. We're not going to talk about hormones right now. Well, I have to talk. That's why I brought it up. I have to talk about hormones a little bit. So in order to get top surgery covered or even possibly covered by insurance, it's a little difficult right now, at least right now in 2019. It's a little difficult to get your top surgery covered by insurance. And the one thing that you could possibly do is like you have to meet these verifications and be on a certain insurance and blah blah blah, but you have to be on testosterone T for at least a year, and then that'll do the thing. But turns out I was very, very depressed in the present, and I couldn't wait a year or I was just gonna lose my fucking mind. I was extremely unhappy. I was just not comfortable in my body, and existence was pain, and it was like I was very, very depressed last year, and it's wonderful that I am not anymore. So in order to get my top surgery, I knew I wanted to earn it. You know, I wanted to like do something fun where people could like show up and it'd be like a show or an event or something. So because I'm on a D&D podcast called Lost in the Multiverse, we came to the conclusion of like, oh shit, why don't we do a fun like 24-hour Dungeons and Dragons like session, and we can raise the money for the top surgery there. And we made tiered goals. So the first goal was that it was just like the surgery and that was it. The second was a cosmetic thing where like they shaved down the nipples to look a bit more masculine, you know, because they would be a little pointy if, you know, it was just the surgery. So the second one was like, oh, if we get past the main goal, maybe make my nipples look real pretty, please. Thank you. Mwah. Then the third goal was anything after that we would donate to Trans Lifeline and Trans Legal Defense and Education Fund. They are the people that helped me with my legal name change, and so they were so fucking cool. It's an organization that hooks up trans people with lawyers who will work pro bono to help them with their name change, and the whole thing was like super great. Everyone was like so fucking nice, and my lawyers were fantastic, and I owe them a lot, so I wanted to do something nice for them, so I put them in there with Trans Lifeline, which is don't quote me on this in case I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure it is like the first trans suicide like call center. If you're feeling down, you can call them. You can Google it and get way more information than I'm giving you right now. But those two organizations were the ones that I was like, oh, we should do this. That'd be good. So we did the stream. We raised the money. I burst into tears. I just start fucking sobbing when we meet the main goal, because I was just like so. Wow, everyone, my friends were so fucking nice, putting their whole heart and soul into this, especially Dash Kwiatkowski and Sam Haft, my two buds who I'm on the podcast with. They called in every fucking favor. They stayed, everyone And like everyone, also like Kathy and Brandy are my other two co-stars. They're fantastic also. Everyone stayed up for 24 hours and just fucking did this fucking thing. But especially like Sam and Dash put like money and time and like fucking everything into this so that like I could have a happy life, and that I owe them so fucking much. But everyone was fantastic. We raised the money. We beat all of our goals. So we were, by the end of the night, we smashed that like button. We smashed the first goal. We smashed the second goal. And then the third goal was met, and we were able to donate, I think, $2,000 each to Trans Legal Defense and Trans Lifeline. And that's like, I still get emotional thinking about that, because it was one of the most important and best nights of my life, this 24-hour span where we all sat there. And I get really bad imposter syndrome, which is, just Google it. It's basically like, I think I find it difficult to accept that people like me. I think that I'm just like a piece of shit a lot of the time. But seeing everyone there and everyone support me and shit was like so fucking incredible and unbelievable. And it was one of the best nights of my life. It was the best 24-hour spans, and it was exhausting and brutal, but it was like we were able to tell a story. And with the Dungeons and Dragons saved my life, if I can be real. That's a story for another time. But it was just a really incredible 24-hour span. So we raised the money, and then I was in surgery the following Monday. So we did the stream on a Saturday into Sunday, and then I got a plane on Monday, I believe, back to New York. Excuse me. And then Tuesday morning at 7 a.m., I was in surgery. It was very fast paced, like, dear God, please let us meet the goal, because otherwise I'm going to take out, a ton of debt to get this fucking surgery. And I was so goddamn excited. So people wanted to know, like, what my experience was with, like, the whole thing, So let's begin. I couldn't eat after midnight the day before surgery. So my friends Dash and Rosa, we went to a diner like at 10 p.m. and had my last meal, quote unquote. And for my last meal, I had a a la mode waffle. I had a waffle that had 3 scoops of ice cream on it. And the bullshit of whipped cream and sprinkles. That was my last meal. And I would be very happy if I died on the operating table. I would have been happy with that as my last meal. But if I'm on death row ever, because I'm just a horrible criminal, I would want my last meal to be, this is the most New England fucking thing. I would want it to be clam chowder, like the best fucking clam chowder you can get, and a lobster roll. And what's my favorite drink? Ooh, I'm a real big fan of Gold Peak raspberry iced tea. I would probably have that for the drink, or like Ovaltine or some weird bullshit that doesn't go with that food. So I took my med that you're supposed to take the night before, stop the clock at midnight, do not eat, do not drink. In the morning, 6 a.m. or so, I had to get my shit. So the thing is, I forget the reason why, but we had to take out cash for the anesthetic. The anesthesia person only accepts cash. So the morning of the surgery, we had to factor in an extra hour because we didn't know this the night before and the banks had closed. We had to go in, take out. It was very fast-paced last minute because we just got the money and we needed to take it out right away. We got it from Twitch. So I basically had to take everything out of savings until the Twitch money caught up with us. Then I could pay off the rest. So we drive into Manhattan, go to banks, get money out, go to the place, boom, time for surgery. I'm on the table. I remember I'm talking to people. Then I'm like out. Before that, they drew on me with Sharpies. So I'm all marked up. I wake up very groggy. They walk me in. The thing is, because of my fainting condition, I hadn't eaten that morning, so I was feeling a little like, blech. So I laid down. It took me a while to get up, but after surgery, they put you in, it's very ironic because every day since then, I had to wear a binder And I was like, great. After surgery, never have to wear a binder again. Awesome. Then you have surgery and they're like, great. Okay, everything's good. Your chest is the way you want it. Wear this binder for 6 weeks. And you're like, okay. Cool. So I couldn't see my chest for 6 weeks, and we'll get to that later, but it was very disorienting. I basically needed help bathing and going to the bathroom. I was in extreme pain. But I did surgery with Dr. Elliot Jacobs in Manhattan, and he is fucking amazing. I would recommend him to anyone. I basically had a version. There's lots of different top surgeries that you can get depending on your cup size and stuff like that. But for his, what he did is he went a tiny cut under the nipple. And then I don't know how well the camera's going to be able to see it, but I have a dot here that is just a little incision that they made. And then they liposuction the hell out of it. And the skin naturally tightens. So I don't have scars across here like some trans people have. And the scars are cool as hell. They're gnarly and I fucking love them. Power to you. Some people, some trans people don't want to pass. And passing means, being looking cis, passing as a cis person. Some trans people don't want to pass. Sometimes some people do. And it's all based on like what you want out of the world and what you're, but for me, personally, I like passing. So I appreciated the minimalistic scarring. So days 1 through 4, I couldn't sit up on my own. It was the worst pain that I've ever been in. I was basically turtling. I had to just be on this bed for a while. Pardon me, I burped. Wow. I just filmed the marshmallow video that you saw before this. So if that's, I'm processing liquids and solids. Yeah, I needed help peeing. I needed help bathing. Props to Dash for helping me with all that shit. I was basically a baby because I couldn't bend down. It was extremely painful because you're covered in this your chest is in pain and you have binder. I called it a cast because basically that's what it was. It was this cast that locks you into place and it's soft, but you can't bend over and it hurts. And I had my friends sign it. Dash messaged people and had them, sign parts of the cast and wish well wishes and stuff like that. And I still have it. It's somewhere around here, but it was very sweet. It made it feel more homey, After the first day, I go back to Dr. Jacobs and he takes the shit off and I can see my chest for the first time. And it is one of the other most incredible days of my life. I'm so fucking happy. I start tearing up. I think there's a video of it somewhere.
Jesse, look at your flat chest. Sorry.
Oh my god. This is great. Oh my god.
So I'm just gonna clean it up a little bit.
Okay.
I'm so happy. Just stop filling your nipples look like pepperonis.
They do.
Yeah.
It'll be like this for a while.
Yeah, I know. I was just making a joke at your expense, but a friendly one.
I like pizza.
You like pizza?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm numb in these places.
It's numb.
It's
It's
right?
totally numb. That's totally normal.
I'm so happy.
That's okay. Okay. So, I'm gonna give you a guided tour to your new chest.
Cool.
All right?
Show me around.
Okay.
But I am so fucking happy. Everything just accumulated to that. It's been months of planning and pain and mental strength to get there. And when I was at my darkest place, I didn't think it would be possible that I could be in a body that I'm comfortable in. And there it was. There I was. And I knew that things were going to be okay. And I think that's pretty neat. But the pain was like too intense. So I had to switch from extra strength Tylenol to the codeine that they had me on, which is good for pain and also making your poops real hard. That's a thing. You get constipated from the pain meds, which was bad. By day 4, there was less pain, my injuries had formed like a rainbow, you know, of different colors. I can go to the bathroom without help, which is dope, but I still need help showering. Day 6, I poop for the first time. Yay! Hell yeah, hell yeah. Side note, if you have trouble with that, fiber gummies. I swear to God, that shit'll change your life. I've always had issues with pooping, so like this, like being on codeine was even worse for me. But if you want to be regular, you just eat 2 of these gummies that taste real good also. They don't taste bad, which is, I'm still surprised by. 2 of those a day, regular. I swear. Do it. I don't promise anything. I'm not a doctor, but if you are like me, it will help. When we get to week 3, I start taking off my binder for a little more at a time, because you have to wear the binder for 24 hours basically, like all the time. You can only take it off to shower, and that helps to shape the chest. By week 6, I think I am cleared to start working out again, which is dope, but I take it too hard. I'm about to go on a trip to Vegas, and I'm really excited to be poolside shirtless, and so I start doing 50 push-ups a day. And when you're right out the gate, that was a bad idea. So I did 2 days of that, and then I realized I have a stretch mark right here on my chest, and I'm fucking devastated. I'm like, holy shit, I just went through 6 weeks of pain, and fuck, I just fucked it up. I started having a panic attack. I call Dash because I'm like, holy shit, you know, I don't know what to do and I can't breathe. And they're like, don't worry, like we'll just email the doctor, send him some pictures. Dr. Jacobs is like, oh shit, well, wait a week and then you can work out again. And I'm like, but the good news is the more that you work out, the more pec muscles will grow and the skin will naturally stretch. After surgery, my chest was very skeletal because, you know, it's you're trying to build up, there's no muscle there, and you have to build up muscle in order to make your chest appear more fit. But yeah, my surgery was in March, and it is April, May, June, July, August, September now. So that's crazy. 6 months. I'm 6 months out. Wow. But yeah, I went to the pool in Vegas, and I was so fucking happy. I had never felt comfortable in water before. You know, like before when I was a kid, I was very outgoing and I loved sports and like being in the spotlight and stuff like that and the beach. But as I got older and my body started to change and I went through puberty, I became more secluded and like didn't want to like, I didn't like my body. I didn't like showing off anything. I didn't want to go to the beach anymore. And so I hadn't gone in water activities really in like 8 or 9 years. I was just very uncomfortable with it. And to be in that pool was, I can't even describe to you the kind of relief you feel where you just, I felt so comfortable for the first time. I've never felt comfortable before. And just, I just swam around and the water was freezing, but I just stayed in there even longer than I should have because I was just so happy. I was so fucking happy. Now I've been working out for a while. I work out once a week with a trainer, my friend Jamie. Shout out Jamie. Hello. And she's fantastic and has been helping me with my shit. And now I'm a good beefy boy. Oh shit, I'm so strong. I hit the microphone. Anyway, that is my experience with top surgery. I was given, told to buy Silogen. It is expensive but worth it apparently because my little scars here, I rub that on them twice day, and eventually these will be so small that you won't even be able to like see them, you know. It'll be tough. You have to look for them. The bottom where they you know sliced into my nip nop is a different color because it's like trying to, you know, catch up and heal and stuff. But other than that, it's all good. Eventually I'll be able to feel my whole chest again. But after, you know, surgery, like it takes a while to like get the nerves back and all that shit. So I can feel basically everything. It's just the closer you get to the nipple, the less sensation there is. Here I am just rubbing my nipple on YouTube. But I'm growing hair on my chest and stuff. I don't know how well you can see my facial hair because the lighting, it's like some lighting you can see all of it. I have a lot of facial hair here and a mustache, but I don't know if you can actually see that here. Sometimes you just can't tell. But I'm growing hair up my happy trail you cannot see. I'm pretty sure it's too low. But it's getting real full, y'all. I'm feeling real confident. I know there's a lot of people that ask about top surgery, like what stuff do you put on the scarring in order to make it better or less noticeable. I just used Mederma, just the stuff off the shelf, and you apply that however often it says to do that. I did that all through my recovery, and yeah, basically that's my experience with top surgery. Back when I was healing, you got to put gauze pads on the nip nops to protect it, because they're healing. You put the pads there, then you put like an Under Armour shirt on, basically, and then on top of that, you wrap the cast around you, the binder, because otherwise it would just be rubbing on those nip nops. That's not a good feel. That's not a good nip nop feel. Protect the nops. But we had some paper tape that we were using to keep it on. And my skin is so sensitive, not from the surgery. My skin is just sensitive. It was so sensitive that it was like causing tearing in my skin. It was like ripping up the flesh, and that sucked. So if you have that problem, we just started putting it on without the paper tape and just kind of making sure it stayed there. I am so thankful that I had someone to help me with my recovery, number one, and number two, that I have a job that allowed me to take off so much time from work, because I was in a lot of pain. And could I have gone back to work earlier? Yes. Would I have been screaming in pain the whole time? Probably. Just because you're uncomfortable, and sitting here would have been like a pain in the ass. So thank you, Team 4-Star, the company that I work for being awesome. This tattoo is new. Got that in the last year. I probably should make a video about it, because that's what I've done with my other boys. Yeah, recovery would have been more difficult without someone there, because also you get bored. I watched the entirety of Gravity Falls when I was recovering, and that was really cool, because that was a show that I like. It's my favorite cartoon, probably, and I still hadn't finished it because I was like, it's gonna be sad. I know it's gonna be sad when I finish it. I don't want it to be over. Let's stay in denial, kind of like I did about me being trans for so many years, until I was so depressed I could not ignore it anymore. About 2 months after my top surgery in May, I was invited to a halfway to Halloween party, and I was like, no shit, I have to do a shirtless costume of some kind, like this is like the first time I get to do it. That'll be super cool. What should I do? And I was rewatching all of the Star Wars movies at the time, and yeah, you know where this is going. I did high-waisted Kylo Ren, and it was great. Super fun. I just got some pants, just too big for me, put them up real high, and then sewed the backs that they stayed there. And a lightsaber and a scar. And that's it. That's all the fucking costume is. It's relatively cheap as far as Halloween costumes go. 50% off, because you don't gotta buy the shirt. But yeah, now it is just a matter of working out, filling in the muscles and stuff. Testosterone helps with that. So if you are on T, it will help you gain and retain that muscle mass. My shoulders have gotten really broad. Every time I go home to visit my mom, she's like, holy shit, your shoulders have gotten even more broad. Like, great. I'm not sure if this lighting is good, because a lot of it requires a lot of good lighting to like see shit. I'm not fucking ripped or anything, but I am gaining muscle, and it's noticeable. So yeah, just keep plugging away, just keep at it. You got this. I don't have any advice for building muscle except to work out. I do 50 push-ups a day now that I'm not at risk at hurting myself, and that's been really good for me. I do 50 push-ups a day, and I work out with a trainer once a week, and that's my thing. But yeah, I hope this video was informative a little. I can only speak to my own personal experiences, but if you're looking into top surgery, I know I looked at a lot of people's videos and Instagram posts and stuff to see like what the fuck was up before I got it. So hopefully this has helped you a little, maybe even in a small way, or a large way, or a medium way. Anyway, really? Anyway, I'll catch you nerds later.